Willie Adames made an immediate impact in his cameo appearance 3 weeks ago, homering off six-time All-Star Chris Sale for his first big league hit. Today, Willie returns to the Rays, this time for good, as Tampa Bay opens a 3-game series versus Justin Smoke and the Toronto Blue Jays. Tonight, the Rays continue their 7-game homestand at Tropicana Field, dropping 3 one-run games against the Seattle Mariners. They will open this series a 3-gamer against the Toronto Blue Jays. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. Great to have you looking in tonight. Well, the Rays looking to up the offense after those 3 one-run losses in the first series on this homestand. And with that in mind, C.J. Cron has been in the number 2 spot, but the way he's swinging that home run bat, he's hitting cleanup tonight.
Well, listen, the Rays offense, it has struggled here recently, but one of the bright spots in there has been C.J. Cron. Over the last couple of ball games, actually the last 4 ball games, he's got 3 home runs, so he's starting to flex his muscles once again, and those are the kind of blasts that you really like to see when he's using the whole field. That tends to... You think that a hitter's going to get on a nice hot streak when he's using right field like he has been, hitting, hanging, breaking balls out to left field. But C.J. Cron, with 15 home runs so far this season, closing in on his career high of 16, he should get that no problem at all. On the other side for the Toronto Blue Jays, Justin Smoke off to a very slow start here in 2018 compared to what he did a season ago, where he hit 38 home runs and drove in 90. Just hitting 240 right now. He does have a career high on base percentage of 375, but the power and production is what he's in this lineup for, and it has not come about quite yet. Just 9 home runs, 33 driven in. He's coming off of a tough homestand, and the Rays are hoping that continues for at least 3 more days.
Well, here's the pitching matchup. The lefty Ryan Yarbrough will do the pitching. He'll start tonight for the Rays, and Sam Gaviglio is on the hill for the Toronto Blue Jays in the first game of this 3-game series. Well, the bad news, Daniel Robertson goes to the disabled list. The good news, Willie Adames is back from AAA Durham. Rich Hollenberg will have more on the return of Adames in a moment.
It is Willie's World once again at Tropicana Field, called up today when it was announced that Daniel Robertson was placed on the 10-day DL with slight hamstring strain on the left side. He should be okay, Robertson, but that opens the door for Adames. The 22-year-old returning to the Rays after his first time up was a major success. If you go back to May 22nd, they're playing the Red Sox, and off none other than Chris Sale, Adames goes deep for the first time as a major leaguer. He's the #1 prospect in the Rays organization, and this time Willie's stay is open-ended with the big club. He says he's ready to contribute.
Oh, just trying to be better now, trying to, help the team with the best that I can, and trying to be a good guy, a good teammate, and be me.
Willie came up, got acclimated for 3 days against Boston. Now he's back up here. Look for him to play a lot of shortstop. We're excited. He's excited. And, it's just another piece that we've talked about now for a while of getting some guys some reps, opportunities to go out there and start their careers.
Willie will bat 6th tonight and play short as the Rays look to take game 1 of this 3-game series against the Blue Jays. Just about 3 minutes to go till first pitch for Ryan Yarbrough. And when we come back, it's Dwayne Statz and Brian Anderson with the call. Rays baseball on Fox Sports Sun.
Rays will send the left-hander, Ryan Yarbrough, 26 years old, to the mound. He'll make the start against the Toronto Blue Jays. Rays squaring off against Toronto for the first time since the early part of May. The starting lineup for the Blue Jays, presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Teoscar Hernandez will lead it off, followed by Yangervis Solarte, and then Justin Smoke. The DH is Kendrys Morales. Kevin Pillar will follow, and then Russell Martin, the catcher. Randall Krichik is in right field, hitting 7th. Ledmus Diaz is the shortstop, and Devin Travis will be the second baseman, batting 9th.
Well, Ryan Yarbrough, and on paper, this matchup looks very, very good. You look at the Toronto Blue Jays, they are 8-17 against left-handed starters, and Ryan Yarbrough, as you can see these numbers right here, has thrown the ball very, very well against the American League East.
First pitch of this game is a strike call, says Joe West, the veteran umpire. Broke in 1976. Hernandez, 10 home runs on the year. And he chases that pitch down and away. 0-2. Blue Jays come in 30-35. The Rays are 29-35. So the Blue Jays slipped ahead of the Rays in the standings. And there is a 3-pitch strikeout to start this one.
Boy, how about expanding the zone here? Teoscar Hernandez, the changeup back-to-back, well off the plate, but he got him for strike 2, so why not try and go out there one more time? And it worked.
One away, and here is Solarte. He leads this Toronto club in home runs and runs batted in. Something I'm sure they didn't think would be the case at this point. They look for good things from him, but not to lead them in home runs and runs batted in.
Not with the guy that is in the on-deck circle.
Justin Smoke coming off a big year. Josh Donaldson has had trouble staying healthy. That's a strike on the inside corner. 1-2. John Gibbons, the manager of this Toronto ball club. That ball is up the left field line and will fall just inside the left field line. Extra bases coming. Solarte pulls up at second with his 14th double of the year.
Wait until you see the location of this pitch. Ryan Yarbrough has to be like, are you kidding me? This ball is almost on the ground, and you see just one hand on that bat going all the way down there, not only getting it, but then keeping it fair and getting it up the line.
So the first scoring threat of the game comes one out into the contest. Here's Justin Smoke. And he hits a one-hopper up the middle. The throw to first. Wendell got over there to make that pickup, and first looked Solarte back to second. Solarte almost caught in no man's land.
Well, the only thing that was going in his favor, there was nobody back there at second base that Wendell could throw to. Let's look at the rest of the Rays D, brought to you by Golden Diamond Source. And in the outfield left to right, we've got Ref Snyder, Smith, and Gomez. And across that infield third to first, Matt Duffy, Willie Adames, Joey Wendell, and Jake Bowers with Wilson Ramos behind the plate.
2 gone. It'll be Kendrys Morales now. There's a look at Adames at shortstop. The Rays figure to get a good long look at him from now on. It's upstairs to Morales. Morales switch hitting DH. 5 home runs on the year. It's down.
Well, this is another guy who is off to a rough start. He's been swinging the bat better here over the last week or so, but it's been a slow 2018 for Morales.
Yeah, just 191 against lefties with a homer and 7 runs batted in.
We just swung at a cutter there that disappeared. I mean, that ball shot up and in. That late cutting action, and that was a big one. And Morales, a little too aggressive.
This one up and away a bit. 3-1. Villar is on deck. Line drive into left. That'll be charged by Yarbrough and will skip away. Solarte is going to score. And Morales heads for second. He is out at second base. On the recovery by Ref Snyder and the throw back to second. Called out by Doug Eddings. And they may take a look at this. Gibbons out of the dugout. The Rays are all but leaving the field.
Well, Refsnyder gets caught trying to make that catch and comes up a little bit short. Recovers quickly. Here's the throw. And boy, the only thing, yeah, they're not gonna look. See Wendell, anytime you go back, and Wendell did graze him there, but then he goes back on top, trying to keep that tag on him, but he got him.
So the Blue Jays take the early lead. Back in a moment. This lineup presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Matt Duffy's going to lead off, then Jake Bowers, followed by Wilson Ramos, C.J. Crone, Joey Wendell, and Willie Adames in the middle, followed by Malik Smith, Carlos Gomez, and Rob Refsnyder. Sam Gaviglio on the hill, and the first pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Duffy, 7th in the league in hitting at .318 and tops in the majors against right-handed pitching. And suddenly he's down in the count, a couple of called strikes. 0-2.
Well, Gaviglio is not going to overwhelm you with velocity. Has a good 4-pitch mix, and he works from the extreme far first base side of the rubber. He barely has a toe hold on over there.
There's a little tapper rolling up the first base line, foul.
Sam Gaviglio came up in early May, moved into the rotation. He's got 4 starts, and his most recent one, probably his best one, against the New York Yankees. He went 7 strong innings, just 3 hits, no runs. Pitched around 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Pretty economical, 104 pitches.
Young man out of Oregon, went to Oregon State. And up on Duffy, 0-2. This is in. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
And you see how that ball had some good arm side run and sink. And so when you're over on that first base side, you'll get that movement in on the righties, away from the lefties.
There's a line drive base hit into left. Breaking ball there, and Duffy strokes it into left.
Go ahead and set the Blue Jay defense for you. Brought to you by Golden Diamond Source. And in the outfield, left to right, we have Teoscar Hernandez, Kevin Pillar, and Randall Grichuk. Across that infield, third to first, Jan Arvis Solarte, Aledmus Diaz, Devon Travis, and Justin Smoke, with Russell Martin behind the plate. Yeah, and then what that'll also do, you'll get that movement away from the lefties into the righties. And in theory, easier to get that ball in on the lefties and away to the righties, but that breaking ball hung to Duffy, and that one's something there.
Here's Bowers stroking one into right. That's going to go all the way back to the wall. Duffy will be held at third on a double by Bowers. Ball loose back in, but no chance to move up. Bowers picking up a 2-base hit. and setting up runners at second and third for the Rays.
Well, you look at Gaviglio's stuff. This is the part of the plate he's got to stay away from. Hung a breaking ball to Duffy, trying to go down and away there, and left that fastball right at the belt in the middle of the plate. Bauer's all over it, and the Rays looking to answer here in the bottom of the first.
Bauer's picking up his third double. 4 hits in the big leagues, 3 doubles. And now it's Wilson Ramos. He takes a strike. Ramos over 370 with men in scoring position. Four of his last 29 after hitting 388 for the last couple weeks prior to that little tailspin. Now it's 1-1. Rays with a chance to break out in front, swinging and a miss. Down by a run, but 2 men in scoring position. And it's 1-2 on Ramos.
Got everybody in that Toronto infield playing back. They're conceding this run. And if Ramos can put this ball into play, boy, you'd like to keep the hit train going.
Yeah, you'd like to be greedy and pick up both of them with a base hit right here. It's 2-2. Gaviglio missing the corner. Gaviglio last year with Seattle and Kansas City, 28 years old. And a cut and a miss. Ball moving away, and Ramos missed it.
Well, he started it right on that outside corner and then breaks it away. And again, being over on that far first base side, doesn't stay on the plate for long. Very subtle slider there by Gaviglio.
So a big strikeout. And here is C.J. Cron. Cron in the cleanup spot, 15 home runs for him. And he is hit by that pitch to load the bases. So C.J. Cron on the first pitch, hit by a delivery. That's becoming a common occurrence for him.
That ball running up and in. It took off on Gaviglio, got Cron right in the back of that elbow. That's what the padding's for.
It's the 11th time he's been hit by a pitch this year, and he leads the league in that department.
Well, think about it. 15 home runs on the season. He leads the team in that department by a wide margin. So he's the one guy that you're going to want to crowd. Teams tend to pitch him in anyway. A couple get away from you, you're going to get plunked.
Here's Joey Wendell. Goes after the first pitch. Fastball and fouls it away.
Well, the one thing that Gaviglio has been able to do, go out and get a ground ball, and he'd like to do that right here with Wendell. Wendell wants to get something elevated, get it in the air.
Boy, a great chance for the Rays early. Martin set up outside, and the pitch missed wide. 1-1. Again out there,
Showing some good patience there, Joey Wendell. The last 2 fastballs, those are the pitches that he's trying to get him to go out after. Those are ground balls written all over him.
The 2-1. Fly ball into center field. Pilar will make the catch. Duffy tags. He's going to score. The throw to third. And the Rays get on the board to tie the game. So Wendell delivers the fly ball. Bowers remained at second. Cron at first. Wendell's 16th run batted in. So the Rays answer in their half of the inning.
Well, he was patient. Didn't go after the fastballs that Gavilia wanted him to go after, and then got a breaking ball right in the middle of the plate. Sent it to the middle of the field, tied it up. The chance here for more.
Willie Adames steps in, back from AAA. Willie had gone 2 for 12 in that first stint with the Rays, including the home run. So first pitch he takes away.
Let's look at a scouting report here on Willie Adames, and one of the Rays' top prospects back here in the big leagues, not only for the Rays but in a game of Major League Baseball, and here to stay. I think that's the question on everybody's mind. Is this going to be it for Willie Adames? And you got to believe that he's going to be given every opportunity to be up here as long as he can perform.
There's a strike. It's 1-1. Up in a key spot already in the first, hitting out of the 6th spot in the lineup for the Rays tonight. And he takes the fastball just on the outside corner. Well, we're seeing 2 pitchers tonight. Location is key for both of them.
Yeah, they're going to sit right around 88 to 90 miles an hour. Not going to blow you away, but they rely on some deception, pitchability, and staying on the corners.
This one off the plate.
They will test your patience, that is for sure. The one thing that you have to do, and you go back to the at-bats of Duffy and Bowers, when they do make a mistake, if they do out over the heart of the plate, you can't let those go by unpunished.
Two and two now to Adames. And a near miss right there. That pitch close. And Adames takes the fastball a little bit wide.
Well, and that's one of those pitches too. Watch where Joe West is set up. That is so close out there, on the edge, just off the edge. That's the furthest away from home plate umpire, and a tough call for him to make.
So 3-2. 2 outs in the inning. The runner at second is Bowers. C.J. Cron aboard at first. They'll be off with this 3-2 pitch. There they go, and the pitch is ball 4. And a good take on that pitch, down and away. Pretty good discipline there for Adames.
Yeah, well, like you said, they're going to test your patience. And the fact that you are able to lay off of that pitch so close, a number of them in that at-bat. That's a big league veteran type at-bat.
Now Malik Smith. Malik's with an average of 284. He has a little 4-game hitting streak with 3 multi-hit games in that stretch. One of them a 3-hit game. He might be just the right guy to have up here at this point. He gets under it and lifts a pop fly into shallow right. Richick is there to make the catch, and the Rays will leave him loaded. They score 1 to tie. We go to the second. Mason. Huba WB Mason, the official office supply company of the Tampa Bay Rays. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Here's a bunt by Kevin Pillar up the first base side. That's a foul ball. Bowers scooped and made the attempt to tag anyway, but Joe West, the plate umpire, up that first baseline, had a good view and called it foul.
And Pillar's trying to push that past Yarbrough out towards second base. So by going right up the line there, and you could see that ball clearly foul, it gives Bowers a play on it. Probably fortunate for Pillar that it rolled off. And you see the way they have him defense. You know, Joey Wendell playing way up the middle, and Bowers, there's Bowers, you got Wendell here. And so you've got room to get that push bunt by Yarbrough.
And there's a ball in, 1-1. Roller to short. Damas with his throw right on the money. Pillar is out, number 1.
Well, you know, as a finesse pitcher, especially a lefty like that against a right-handed hitter, that's what you want those hitters to do. I want to go down and away, and I want you, for your eyes to get a little bit too big for your swing. And what you end up doing is rolling that ball over. If you don't shoot that into right field, it's going to be ground ball to shortstop all night long.
Yeah, that's when you love Adames and Duffy on the left side. They become your best friends.
Yes, they do.
There's a strike to Martin on the outside edge.
Yeah, a hitter, you've got to stay inside the baseball. You've got to think against a guy like Gaviglio, against a guy like Ryan Yarbrough, up the middle the other way, or you're just going to roll over and tap ground balls to the other side of the field all night.
So a 2-strike count now on Martin.
And they know that. They try to take advantage of your aggressiveness, of the fact that you're saying, look, this guy's only throwing 88, 89 miles an hour. Let's tee off.
Oh, up and in, and down goes Martin.
And as soon as you start to think that, they go, yeah, but you know what? I'll still knock you down with it. That's like old school right here.
It is.
Fastball up and in.
You know, there's a lot of old school in Yarbrough. The way he pitches, comes up and in there. Yeah, he's a little bit of a throwback. You know, there's such an emphasis on velocity now. How about pitching? And he pitches.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. We've often talked about the pace that he sets. He's got a good idea out there. He will use both sides of the plate. You know, some guys, maybe if they don't have a ton of stuff, you know, they're afraid of the inner part of the plate. He is not.
Down and in. And now it's 2-2. Randall Krichik on deck. And the 2-2. And that is strike 3 called on the outside corner. So we went away and got the edge for strikeout number 2.
That ball actually meant to be in, but you know, Russell Martin doesn't know that. Right there, 88 miles an hour outside corner.
So 2 up, 2 down, and now here's Randall Krichik. Strike 1, he is out in front.
Well, and just when you want to go out there and get that pitch and try to go up the middle or the other way, perhaps, change up. Change up right off of that fastball.
And that's the beauty of pitching. That really is the beauty of going to a game when a guy is going to pitch.
Yep. Marco Gonzalez the other night, you know, for Seattle, same type of lefty.
Yep. Two and one. You'll see that fastball. Placement of that fastball key. And if you do that with all your other stuff, you got a better than even chance of winning. This one pulled foul. That's going to be out of play.
Well, every pitch has to have a purpose. You're not just out there throwing.
Yep.
You know, every pitch has a purpose. You use one to set up the next. You miss with one, you make the adjustment, get back to the good area.
2 outs, 2-2 the count. And a cut and a miss. He finishes him off with a changeup the way he started him. Bottom of the second coming. We're tied 1-1. Participating in the home run challenge. Every home run in this game raises money for prostate cancer research. Since June 1st, $410,000 has been raised in the challenge. You can make a pledge by going to homerunchallenge.org. Here's Carlos Gomez to lead off. First pitch he takes for a ball. Gomez to be followed by Ref Snyder and then Duffy. Now it's 2-0. He didn't want to hit that one. Look out, fellas. That one headed toward the Rays dugout. Upset the tranquility in that dugout for a moment.
Drew the ire of Kevin Cash. He's like, fields that way, bud.
Pops it up right side. Smoke retreating and moving into foul territory. So Gomez is out number 1 in the bottom of the second. Ref Snyder getting the start tonight in left field. Starts tonight at 192 with a couple home runs. And he looks at a strike. One thing Ref Snyder has certainly done is force the pitcher to throw him strikes. He is very disciplined up there. Takes this one for a ball. A bit wide, 2-1. Strike. That one caught the corner barely.
And think about the previous fastball. Joe West calls it a ball. That slider looks like it was a little further away. Calls that one a strike. But again, his vantage point, that sometimes you're guessing almost. Now that's a okay.
Yep, and strike 3 on the outside corner. The call. 2 up, 2 down.
He's making some tough pitches. Those last 3, 2 fastballs and a slider, right there on the edge or just off.
And both Gaviglio and Martin will make note of the fact that they're getting that call. So we might see him out there a little bit more. Of course, that's a big part of his game anyway. It's a high percentage pitch for him out there. And Duffy fouls it. Pitch on the corner, and he fouls it up the right side. So 2 up, 2 down on the pop foul and the call third strike. One and one. That's a liner, going to be caught by Solarte at third. And the Rays are up and down 1, 2, 3. On to inning 3 we go. Toronto won, the Rays won, and there's the grab by Solarte. Diaz leads it off, and the pitch is a strike. Diaz hitting .232. He lines this one foul, and he's quickly behind in the count 0-2. The Blue Jays have had trouble with left-handed pitching this year, and Diaz has led that charge. He's 3 for 35 against lefties. That's hard to figure. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Maybe a case of trying to do a little bit too much against them. Having trouble. I mean, pretty good sample size.
Lifts it toward right center field. Gomez is there to make the catch. One away. Be sure and get in on the action with exclusive on-field seating in the Papa John's bullpen box. You can host your group in the private party area just steps from the Rays bullpen. Reserve the Papa John's bullpen box by contacting Group Sales at 888-FAN-RAYS or emailing groupsales@raysbaseball.com. Here's Travis, the second baseman. He strokes it into center for a base hit. Refsnyder over to make the pickup from left. So Travis wasting little time. Picks up the third hit, surrendered by Yarbrough.
Well, left the pitch up, and it was a changeup, and it stayed up, and Travis recognizes it, and then that swing flat across the zone.
Hernandez, the top of the order. Yarbrough opened the game striking him out on back-to-back changeups. Now he strokes this one into deep right center field. Smith over there looking up, and that ball carries out of here. Home run for Hernandez, his 11th of the year. He got it into the first row, a 2-run home run, and now it's 3-1.
I'll tell you what, you could hear the sound of the ball off the bat, but by no means, and I think, Dwayne, you probably feel the same way I did, that you thought this ball was going to get out. Down and in, inside out to right center. You know, off the wall, a catch by Malik Smith at the wall, okay, I can buy that. Got out.
Now a big cut and a foul ball by Solarte. So the home run by Hernandez will give Toronto a 2-run lead.
Boy, that's a strong guy, taking a pitch down and in and taking it out the opposite way, right center field.
Chin, it's 1-1. I'm with you. I thought Malik Smith would have a play at the wall on it. And it carried out.
You know, we've seen enough home runs. You get a pretty good feel for when a ball's going to leave, when it's going to be close, when it's going to be caught. It was way off on that one.
Well, they're saying a mark of 103 off the bat. He got great carry on it.
He did. He definitely got, obviously, enough of that baseball to create the backspin, the carry, and doing it from the location of the pitch. Pretty impressive.
And Hernandez has been pretty even against righties and lefties this year. He has 11 home runs. 5 have come off lefties. There's a ball hit up the middle. Diving stop. Wendell. Throw to first. They're going to get it. Nice play indeed by Wendell. Up the middle. And he had time to get the throw to first against Solarte.
Well, and this is going to be already our Bonefish Grill fresh catch of the game. Solarte did everything right. Take a ball, try to use the middle of the field. How about Joey Wendell? Backhanded dive from the shortstop side and then from a knee.
Yarbrough showing his appreciation for that play.
I'd probably go give him a hug. After
Yarbrough
that
putting
one.
a star on it.
Did he stamp it though?
He stamped it.
You made a lot of people happy yesterday with that.
Really?
Yeah, you did.
Well, that's what we're here for. That's what we hope we're doing. Just as Smoke takes ball 1. 1-1 now. Bring a little laughter into the world.
We're here every day. Better be able to laugh.
That's right. 2 balls and a strike.
Most days.
Most days, that's right. Sharply hit foul in front of Luis Rivera down into the bullpen. So it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Smoke. Run in the first, 2 in the third. The Rays got a run in the first. Smoke pops it up. Bowers from first base makes the catch. 2 runs on the home run by Hernandez. Bottom of inning 3 coming. Rays down by 2.
And it's funny because Jake Bowers and Willie Adames, very close friends from their days in the minor leagues. And in the clubhouse earlier today, they were hanging out and they were talking to all the reporters about the fact that they joked last year, maybe we should just get a house in Durham and live our lives in AAA, joking around, knowing, guys, that they were going to get their call sooner than later. And they did, and they are winners. Remember, they won a AAA crown last year.
Yeah, that was a pretty foregone conclusion that sooner or later we were going to see both of these guys, and the Rays hoping that we will see them for a long time here. They could be a great duo as the Rays look toward the future. 2 strikes to count to Bowers, who doubled in the first. Takes a pitch down, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, you like what you've seen out of Jake Bowers. Has been able to consistently put the barrel of the bat on the baseball. Gap to gap type guy, will hit some home runs. Has that youthful energy and enthusiasm.
Yeah, he's pretty active around first base.
Yes.
Which is great to see.
Yep. Good glove work, good footwork.
And now he works the count. Full 3-2. That's the other thing we've heard about him. He can be disciplined at the plate. Will take pitches. Here he is, 3-2. And a check swing sends that one foul and out of play. Wilson Ramos on deck, and then C.J. Cron. He's playing a little catch up here, down by 2 in the third. And a walk drawn. That to lead off the third. Well, that's the other thing you have to look at with Bowers. He has extra base hit power, an occasional home run. His on base percentage is pretty good. Hit about 270 at Durham.
Yeah.
But the on base percentage buoyed by the number of walks he can draw.
And if you have a well-disciplined strike zone, guess what? Then you're, for the most part, going to be swinging at pitches that are out over the plate, which increases your ability to hit them hard, which is what he does.
Wilson Ramos. Pitch inside, 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, let's see if the Rays can cash in. Leadoff walk. It has really played a prominent role here in the last few games for both teams when they're playing Seattle and for the Rays. Leadoff walks had a tendency to score about every time.
Joe West calls it a strike, and it's 1-1. Foul ball in behind both Martin and Joe West. It's a ball, 2 strikes. Bowers the base runner. Cron on deck. And strike 3 called. That pitch away, and Ramos took it, called out on strike.
Yeah, and that pitch was off the plate. This one's not even a question. But Joe West on some of those pitches, you get the feeling that and some that he's really guessing.
Well, that was similar to the called 3rd strike on Rev Snyder.
And then there's other pitches that are on the corner, closer to the plate or on the plate, that are not getting called.
Now Cron.
That's the same pitch.
Pitch away.
Same pitch. This time it's a ball. This is what drives pitchers, and even for that matter, hitters, crazy. Just be consistent. If I go there and it's a strike, and the next time I go there it's a ball, the hitter doesn't know if it's a strike or ball. The pitcher doesn't know if it's a strike or ball. Tensions rise, Dwayne.
This pitch popped up. Diaz trying to adjust. I think it hit something up there, or not. The way he reacted, he lost it and then had to adjust. That was a high popper on the infield, and Diaz made the catch.
Now this roof and everything that goes on up there, the catwalks, everything that's involved, we see it wreak havoc on opposing teams all the time. And that was just a simple in the middle of the infield pop-up, and Diaz was fighting everything to try to track it down.
Yeah, that was anything but routine for Diaz.
Oh.
And here is Wendell. First pitch is a strike. Breaking ball to start this at bat. Wendell drove in the run with a sacrifice fly to center in the first inning. It's now 1-1. Well, the Rays left the bases loaded in the first after Wendell drove in a run with a fly ball. Adames walked to load him. Malik Smith hit the fly ball to right to end it. 1-2-3 second, and now here in the third, a base hit the other way, headed into left center. Bowers headed to third, throw back to second on the base hit by Wendell, first and third. So Wendell aboard to get Adames to the plate again.
Well, when Joey Wendell is going good, he's doing things like this. Take that pitch moving down and away, the one that Gaviglio wants you to try and pull. He stays right down and through it, lets it get into the zone, well into the zone, before finally firing those hands and shooting that ball the other way.
Well, Adames with men on the corners. And that's a strike again. Gaviglio goes out there around that corner and gets the call. Adames, ground ball, that's going to go through the hole. Bowers will score. The Rays come up with their second run, and Adames comes through. Got that one between short and third, scoring Bowers and sending Wendell up to second.
Well, it was in question, but the leadoff walk does come around to score thanks to a two-out base hit by Adames. The pitch doesn't get all the way in. Adames gets around it and finds an opening on the left side. Comes Bowers.
Now Malik Smith, 2 men on, 2 men out in a 3-2 ball game. Alex fouls it into the screening, strike one. Gaviglio coming off a 7-inning outing of 3-hit baseball against the Yankees. He had a no decision, made 104 pitches in that game. He's up to 54, 2 outs into the third tonight. And misses, that one stayed wide.
Well, you got to credit the Rays hitters, here in the early going for the most part, showing a lot of patience here against Gaviglio, trying to force him into the zone. There have been some at-bats where he's made all his pitches on the corner, so there's nothing you could do but tip your hat to him. But when he's made mistakes, they've capitalized. When he's just missed, they've taken their walks.
Ground ball chopped toward the middle. That will go through. Base hit to center. Wendell on his way to the plate. That will tie the game, and Malik Smith comes through. It's 3-3. Alex has had the hot hand at the plate recently and bounced that one right through the middle.
And Travis was doing everything that he could do out there at second to flag this ball down. Now, there was going to be no play made, but he would have kept Wendell at third base. Just could not get to it, and Joey comes around to tie it. That pitch missed middle. Got to make him pay.
So the leadoff walk, then 2 retired and 3 consecutive hits. 2 men aboard for Carlos Gomez. Swing, sending a fly ball straight back into center, and Pilar makes the catch. Rays, however, scored 2 to tie it onto the 4th. 3-3 ball game. Side look. You can see the breakout with these 2 clubs, the Rays and the Blue Jays, against teams over 500 or below 500. And they're pretty consistent. It's been that kind of year so far for both these clubs. Only a half game separates them between 3rd and 4th. Morales going after this one. A 2-strike count on the Toronto designated hitter. Foul the other way. Kevin Pilar will be next, and then Martin.
You see how Yarbrough, it works that down and away quadrant, you know, with the fastball, with the changeup, and as soon as he feels like he's getting you leaning, that's when the fastball, the 4-seamer comes in, the cutter in comes into play. Here you go.
And a high fly ball lifted into deep center. Malix will go to the wall, and it's going to be over his head. Off the wall. And into second base goes Morales.
2 things on that play. First of all, the cutter in the right pitch, but you've got to be able to execute it. And Ryan Yarbrough left that pitch out over the plate. See, he's trying to drive that ball in. It just stays middle up. And then Malik Smith really should have made this play. His ball's up there for a while, but look at the route. Kind of back and then turns again, and the leap's a little bit early.
So it goes as a 2-base hit, number 8 for Morales. And now it's Kevin Pilar. You know, he fouls it, strike 1.
You wonder if that's one of those balls off the bat that gets some of the knuckling action, because that's certainly, when you look at the route that Malik Smith took, you think that ball had to have some action.
There was a late adjustment, to be sure. and a miss.
And by the way, when I did drive home after the game yesterday,
Yes.
I took the same route.
You did.
Yeah, I did. Yesterday.
You're very consistent. Thought you would. Oh, line shot foul down the left side, out of play. Souvenir, he made the play, and he's acting as if he's done it before.
I'm going to say by the looks of the glove and the fact that it's broken in and he's got the sleeve on.
He's ready.
Yeah. Does not have the sleeve on his throwing elbow, though, interestingly enough.
Foul ball. Morales at second. And it's popped up. He got him reaching. Wendell makes the catch.
Got him reaching for that changeup, reaching and off balance. That's how I felt most of the time in college. Always reaching, always off balance. Did not go well.
I was. There's so many ways to go there. Here's Russell Martin. Pitch is outside. That is discipline, right there.
I mean, really, that describes my life. Out on my front foot and reaching out over the plate, will pop up.
There's a line drive into center field. Smith comes up with it, and Morales will advance to third, and that's it.
How about this, Dwayne? You know, we talk about the shift, you know, taking runs away and guys being able to make plays. There's a base hit right there by Russell Martin, but the shift is going to save the Rays a run, because with Joey Wendell right there, you're going to look at the runner right here has got to freeze. Morales has to freeze right here on that line drive, does not get a good break towards third, and so the shift right there potentially saves the Rays a run because of where Wendell was, even though it's a base hit by Martin.
Well, you save a base. In this case, that base would have been a run. Martin aboard at first, Morales third. Randall Kritchik and a long foul ball out in front on that one. Kritchik struck out his first time. It has been a frustrating year for him, although he has shown some signs of life in the last half dozen games. He's had 10 hits and 6 for extra bases. It's down and in. And with his power, he's always a threat. He was on the disabled list for right around a month. He sprained his right knee and just got back almost 2 weeks ago. Him out in front. It's 1-2. So a good change there to get the count in his favor. Yarbrough. Little tapper foul. A 1-2 count on the Toronto right fielder. And he's going to drop this one into right. A base hit to score Morales. Martin will stop at second. And Kritchik drives in the go-ahead run to make it 4-3. The pitch in on him, and he took it the other way. with a little bloop single.
Yeah, those are the ones that you find frustrating. Again, Yarbrough trying to come in, that little cutter, he pulls the hands through. The contact, you get weak contact, which is what you're looking for out there on the mound. Grichuk not even sure where that ball was headed. And it drops right in front of Gomez and right, and it gives the Blue Jays the lead.
Kyle Snyder will head to the mound to spend some time with Yarbrough here. 3 hits in the inning, a run with 2 men on, 1 out. The Rays had just tied this game, and the Blue Jays have come back to grab the lead run. Diaz will be the hitter. MLB At Bat, your #1 Rays app. Customize your experience to catch every moment this year. Get Rays home screen icons and features such as MLB TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today. Well, here's Diaz. Came in hitting .232 and goes after the first one, skies it on the infield. Adames making the call and the catch on the infield pop. So 2 gone. Diaz retired on the very first pitch.
Good meeting.
Makes pitching coach look really good.
Very efficient.
Well, here's Devin Travis, who singled in the 3rd. Pitch is down. Travis has had some big hits against the Rays. He was optioned to Buffalo and spent about a month there at their AAA club. Shoots it foul, out of play, 1-1. Staying healthy has been an issue for Travis. But there are times when the Rays have just seen enough of his bat because he can be a bother up there at the plate. Up the middle line, caught by Wendell to retire the side. A run, 3 hits, 2 left. Bottom of the 4th inning coming. 4-3 Toronto. FS1 with every match live and over 300 hours of coverage. The world's biggest sporting event is just 3 days away, only on Fox and FS1. The big question is, who is Rich Hollenberg going to be rooting for?
We're going to wait for the big reveal.
Yes, there's a big reveal, jersey and everything.
Who you got?
Maybe the Netherlands. I don't have a shirt, though.
You know what? Blyleven will let you borrow one.
Yeah.
Just get an orange T-shirt out of the.
I have a T-shirt that says, "If you ain't Dutch, you ain't much." I got one of those. So.
Oh, you've got to bring that in.
Ref Snyder up here, 1 strike the count. Yeah, I wanted to participate, and they sent me that shirt. You don't get a jersey.
I think it's better.
0-2 the count now. Ref Snyder, Duffy, and Bowers. Pitch is wide. 1-2. Yeah, I think Blyleven and Jim Cott got the
jerseys.
They got the jerseys. Yeah, they got the jerseys. I got the shirt.
I like the shirt better.
2-2. There's a country song in there somewhere.
Joe West will produce it.
She got the gold mine. I got the shaft. That actually was a song, and Joe, I think, probably sang it, performed it. The Blue Cowboy, Joe West, calling the balls and strikes, and recording artist as well. Ref Snyder fouls it away. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Can you imagine going into the studio and telling him he needed to tweak some things? And
Yeah, he would eject you.
good luck with all that.
Yeah, you're ejected from the studio. Ref Snyder lets a pop fly into shallow right. Krichik is going to be there, though. That big outfielder's glove. He makes the catch. 1 away with the bases empty, and we go back around to the top of the batting order. And here is Matt Duffy. And look where he stands against right-handed pitching. Right-handed pitching. Hitting .372. That's best in the major leagues, ahead of Joey Votto and Jose Altuve. Mookie Betts is back, by the way, after that injury. Back with the Red Sox. He had an abdominal strain. 1 strike to count on Duffy.
Well, Duffy, you know, and just look at his first at bat, or excuse me, his second at bat, where he lined out the third baseman. Okay, that was a ball that was in on him. You out over the plate and away, he'll go up the middle. How many times have we seen him take those sliders down and away from righties and just soft serve him into right field?
Yeah, he technically has great at bats almost every time.
Yep. He is very fundamentally sound and has been so consistent at the plate with his approach. Always balanced. You don't see him, you know, falling all over the plate or way out in front too often.
He has a great idea and is able to execute it. A sensible type hitter. Ground ball through the middle. Found its way into center field, and Duffy is aboard with his second hit.
Right on cue. Right on cue. You're going to throw the pitch out over. I'm going to go ahead and get extended and use the middle of the field.
Well, there you go. The Rays with a man at first and 1 out in the 4th. They've had base runners in 3 of the first 4 innings. Blue Jays have had base runners in 3 of the first 4 innings. So the Rays trying to keep pace here. They're down by a run. Jake Bowers has been on twice. He opened the 3rd with a walk and scored, doubled in the 1st inning. There goes Duffy. Pitches a ball, and he's safely in at second base. Ball loose, but it'll be tracked down by Travis, and a stolen base. Number 3 on the year for Matt Duffy.
And Matt Duffy taking everybody by surprise, getting a good jump in there well ahead of the throw by Martin. And he's going to kick this ball free for good measure.
Another good argument for going in feet first.
We stay away from potential injury.
Especially for infielders.
Those hands mean everything.
Bowers takes a big cut and misses.
Well, think about Kevin Kiermaier.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, all the time that was missed going in head first, and that hand goes into the front of that bag awkwardly.
Barnes up in the bullpen. And a shot back into right. Grichuk will go back. That one's going to go. Home run. Jake Bauers' first major league home run. And it gives the Rays the lead. The rookie first baseman, with his family still here on this first homestand for him in the big leagues. And boy, are they happy now. Rays take a 5-4 lead on the first big league home run by Bauers.
Now the two-seamer leaks middle of the plate, belt high. We said early in the game, you cannot miss those offerings by Gaviglio. Well, guess what? Jake Bauers didn't.
So the Rays grab the lead here in the bottom of the fourth. And for Toronto, a call to the bullpen brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Enter your lucky money ticket online and you're registered for the $400,000 Super Grouper Second Chance promotion. The Florida Lottery. It's your ticket. Must be 18 or older to play. Play responsibly. Danny Barnes, the new pitcher. Wilson Ramos, the first man to face him, and the pitch is high. 1 ball, no strikes. So back and forth we go, and now it's Barnes.
Well, he is on for the 28th time, a 2-1 record, 23 2/3 innings of work.
And now Ramos hits a fly ball into left, catchable for Hernandez, and that's out number 2.
Well, this has been a back and forth affair here in the early going. Both of these teams trading big shots.
3 1/3 for Gaviglio. 5 runs. 7 hits. He walked 2, struck out 3, made 70 pitches, also hit a man, and gave up the big home run to Jake Bauers. Now it's C.J. Cron. Fastball is too high. Hit by a pitch his first time, the 11th time he's been hit this year. Now it's a strike, 1-1. A ball, 2 strikes. Way upstairs and to the backstop, catching just a part of Martin's mitt.
Watch this thing take off. They want it up. I don't think they wanted it that far up. That was on its way to you and I.
Full count now. C.J. Crone. And a big cut and a miss. That retires the Rays in the fourth, but they have a big inning. The two-run home run by Jake Bowers, his first in the big leagues. And that gives the Rays the lead. It's now a 5-4 ball game. On the pitch is a strike. Teoscar Hernandez has struck out and homered tonight. And now quickly behind in the count, missing the changeup. Solarte next, and then Smoke. Headed to short. Adames on the pickup and the throw to first. One away. Well, the first time up, Adames just in a handful of games, but made a positive impression on just about everybody. Good athleticism. Looks good in the field.
Yeah, very smooth. Didn't look like the stage was too big for him. I mean, with his second at bat, he homered off Chris Sale. Get that out of the way. How about that?
I don't know to Solarte. He's had some good at bats, and so it's going to be fun to watch him. 2-0 to Solarte. I mean, you can start to see some of these pieces now. Daniel Robertson on the DL with that little hamstring issue, and you hope that it's nothing more than what they think it is now. You don't push that issue with a hamstring, so he goes on the disabled list. But his development this year has been great. To see Bowers come up, Adames now.
Yeah, you're starting to fill out a lineup. You know, infield spots, outfield spots. Johnny Field.
Hot shot to third, knocked down. Duffy picks it up, and the throw to first in time. Solarte swinging 3-0. Hit it sharply, but Duffy knocked it down, picked it up, and throws him out.
Well, he has been their big offensive threat here in 2018. And so you're going to turn him loose. And Matt Duffy, that ball hit sharply enough. All you had to do was just knock that thing down and get the throw off.
Here's Justin Smoke. Upstairs, up and away. It's the 70th pitch of the night for Yarborough. 2 outs into the 5th. Two and 0. There's a strike. 2 and 1. Ground ball. Duffy's there for this one. And the throw to first, right on the money. 3 ground ball outs. 1, 2, 3. Go the Blue Jays. Rays lead this game 5-4. Sun brought to you by your Southern Chevy dealers. By Eldorado Furniture, a different kind of furniture store for over 50 years. And by your local Ford dealers. Joey Wendell to begin the bottom of the 5th, up for the 3rd time. And he takes a strike, a breaking ball. Danny Barnes on the hill in relief of Sam Gaviglio, who gave up 5 runs on 7 hits, including the home run to Jake Bowers. High pop-up, foul ball coming straight back, and that will be out of play. Stairs. 1 and 2. Barnes, 28 years old. He was in 60 games last year with this Toronto ball club. He goes upstairs and gets the strikeout of Wendell. 93 on that one.
Able to drive that pitch seemingly uphill. Danny Barnes not overwhelming with velocity, but tremendous location right there, just above the zone. 93, hard enough.
That'll be Willie Adames.
Good shutdown inning there by Ryan Yarbrough. This game has been back and forth.
1 ball, no strikes.
That's all you ask, you know, and he's a guy that he's going to continue to fight and battle. Giving up some early runs, but went out and had that 3 up, 3 down 5th.
It's 1-1 on Adames.
Gives your offense the opportunity to try to add on to the lead already into the Blue Jay bullpen.
Right back into the screen with a big cut. Adames, 22 years old, out of the Dominican Republic. Two balls, 2 strikes. Adames hitting down in the 6th spot in the lineup. Alex Smith on deck. And a cut and a miss. He is out going after the fastball up.
I mean, all these hitters go up there and they'd like to get a fastball that's elevated out over the plate that they can try to drive. Well, Barnes has been able to take advantage of that the last couple of hitters there with Wendell and now Adames right out over the plate again. 93. You get the big uppercut swing. Look at that ball just seemingly continuing to rise. You just can't get to it.
So he's faced 3 men, has struck out 3. Alex Smith. And he takes a strike. Fly ball into left. That'll carry to Hernandez. Barnes has a 1-2-3 inning. We're through 5 from the Trop. 5-4 Rays. Singled home on Garvis Solarte in the 1st inning. Rays got a run in their first, but a 2-run home run to right center field off the bat of Teoscar Hernandez made it 3-1 going into the bottom of the 3rd. Rays scored 2 runs in that frame. Willie Adames driving in 1. Alex Smith also drove in a base hit. He drove in a run with a base hit, and then Jake Bowers gave the Rays a 5-4 lead with his first big league home run in the 4th inning. That takes us to the 6th. Ryan Yarbrough still out there on the hill facing Morales, who's 2 for 2 tonight. Yarbrough with a jump on him here, a strike. Now the count is 1-1. Morales with a single and a double. Lifts it into right. Gomez in a few steps. One away.
Well, the thing about Yarbrough, even though he's given up some runs here early in this ball game, he's still out there because he's continuing to throw the ball well after settling this thing down the last inning in the 5th, and he's been extremely efficient. So that pitch count is still in very good order. 76 through 5 1/3 now.
Kevin Pillar. Pitch is down to him, 1-0. And a broken bat, ground ball to third. Duffy scoops and throws. So 2 up, 2 down. That's 7 in a row now, retired by Yarbrough.
Yep, and Ryan Yarbrough doing a great job there. For the most part, all night long, he's been down and away, occasionally coming in. And he picked a great spot to do it there. That cutter in right on the hands of Pillar, cracking that bat, getting the weak ground out. He's in a nice little rhythm right now.
Now he faces Russell Martin. Martin singled in the 4th. He's 1 for 2. The pitch way wide there. This next pitch will be the 80th of the night, thrown by Yarbrough. And it's a strike. 1-1. Yarbrough has thrown as many as 105 pitches in a single outing. He's been stretched out the last few times out, 105 against Baltimore, then 100 against Oakland on the last road trip, and 99 against the Washington Nationals. He is behind Martin. 3 balls and a strike. And ball 4. So a 2-out walk. First walk of the night allowed by Yarbrough. And Randall Critchick will be up. He has struck out and singled in a run. Got a looping single into right to drive in a run in the 4th inning. And at the time, it gave Toronto a 4-3 lead before Bowers hit his 2-run homer in the bottom of the 4th. Rays have some stirring in the bullpen, and Wilson Ramos makes a slow walk to the mound, and no sooner does he get there than Joe West heads out there, and now here comes Kelly Snyder. Snyder out before West can get to the dirt part of the mound, and Joe's hands on his hips going, really, you're playing this game?
Well, listen, this is what we're seeing now. This is a new strategy. You send out the catcher and just, you let him give a few minutes. As we talked about the other day, does it count as 1 or 2 visits? Because there's enough of a lag, and it gives certainly the Rays more time than you would normally get. So because of all these mound visits, all this stuff is being scrutinized.
Well, and just as soon as West started to walk to the mound, Snyder turned and walked away. It's enough to give a plate umpire a complex. Nobody wants to talk to him. Starts to go to the mound. Now they're having their own private conversation. You're polite, you stop. Now you start to go again. As soon as you do, the pitching coach turns and just walks right by you.
Yeah, that looked like something you see in a schoolyard with that kid.
Yeah. Here's Critchick now, and the pitch is a strike. So after all that, a first pitch strike here. Meantime, gave the bullpen a little bit more time. Over to first. Martin, the runner there. Diego Castillo is up in the bullpen for the Rays down the right field line. There he is, the hard throwing rookie right-hander. He's got some interesting stuff as well. With late movement on his pitches, Castillo. Yarbrough playing catch with Bowers. With Russell about a step off the bag that time. It's kind of flattered they're throwing over there.
Sometimes those are the easiest guys to get. You know, if you're a left-handed pitcher with a good move, you know, you get a guy like Russell Martin, probably not going to try to steal a bag off of you. He's going to get a very small lead, and then sometimes they take that small lead and then mentally get a little bit lazy. And those are the guys you end up being able to pick off. You just assume, no way he's coming over here on me. And so you almost check out.
2-1 to count. You know, there was a time when Martin would steal a base on you earlier in his career. He actually had 21 steals one year, and that was about 10 years ago. Nice pitch there. Kritchik out in front, and it's 1-2.
Well, the fact that we're even talking about this means you know he's going. He's gone 149 times.
Look at that, 100 career steals, but one in the last year and a half. A swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt. Throw down. Look out. That ball skipped in. Covered up by Bowers. Kritchik out on strikes. We go to the bottom of inning 6. 5-4 Rays. How about this lineup of talent? Brent Honeywell, of course, lost to Tommy John surgery, and the Rays anxiously await the complete recovery from that. Willie Adames here already, along with Jake Bowers on the right side. Brendan McKay, we've heard a lot about him, both on the mound and at the plate. And Jesus Sanchez playing for the Stone Crabs, and he is a player that not only the Rays but other observers think has a chance to be a complete player, a multi-talented athlete. It's going to be interesting to watch his progress.
Once you get to advanced A, you know, then you got your eyes clearly set on AA, AAA, and you get that close.
Well, Carlos Gomez leads off against a new pitcher, John Axford, out there, and first pitch is fouled away. 1 strike. 29th appearance for Axford. He's 1-0. And a popper. Diaz at shortstop handles that. One away. Speaking of talent, the Rays have signed a couple more from the draft. Right-handed pitcher Taj Bradley, and out of the third round, infielder Ford Proctor, who was the shortstop at Rice University. He had been drafted a couple years ago by Kansas City. Left-handed hitting shortstop. Had some pop in the college ranks. Ground ball by Ref Snyder. Solarte's throw wide, and Smoke kept his foot on the bag. And had Chair Fairchild taking a second and third look, and then went up with the right arm.
And everybody, hey, listen, Kevin Cash got his eyes on the phone, up to the video room. Throw sails. Smoke doing his best to get over there, keep the foot on. I mean,
maybe that foot was still in contact with the bag. Let's see. I don't know.
Well,
they're going to let it go.
Yeah.
It was interesting down there.
They had another. Yeah, it was awfully close either way. No doubt about it.
So the bases are empty for Matt Duffy, who's 2 for 3 tonight. Chops it towards short. Diaz across his body with the throw. And a quick 1-2-3 inning in the 6th. We'll head into the 7th inning tonight from the Trop. Rays will have a new pitcher when we come back. Rays 5, Blue Jays 4. Ray Sanchez belting a walk-off inside the park home run came in the 10th inning to give the Rays an 8-7 win over Colorado. The 12th walk-off homer in club history and the first of the inside the park variety. And as he rounded the bases, he kept looking around as if, I can't believe this is happening. But it is.
And I agree with him. Who was out in right field going after that ball? You're a tie game, nobody on. That was a bad sellout right there.
New pitcher for the Rays, Diego Castillo. 1 ball, no strikes. Led Miss Diaz up here. 3rd appearance for Castillo. Stairs 2-0. Yarbrough worked 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, 7 hits. Walked a man, struck out 4, gave up a home run. 88 pitches of work tonight for Yarbrough.
Finished strong. A little uneven early on. Still cannot believe that Teoscar Hernandez got that ball out of here to right center
that's
field.
hard to figure.
Oh boy, he stayed in there, continued to battle and make pitches.
Castillo falls behind 3-1. Yarborough leaves this game after 6 innings with a lead. Cut and a foul ball, and down goes Diaz.
Boy, that's that late movement of Diego Castillo. High octane with a lot of arm side run. That ball got in on Diaz so quickly that he hammers this thing off his leg. I think it might have been his back leg. Oh man, I mean, you don't, very rarely, usually it's the front foot.
Yeah, that's his right knee. Well, it's a full count now. And he's after that pitch and fouls it. You can tell he got ahead in the count. He's an aggressive hitter anyway. And he got ahead in the count. He just couldn't wait. I mean, he is up there to swing the bat.
And maybe that's part of the problem against lefties, enticing him with that stuff off the plate away.
That's a foul ball, back a third.
Well, those are the things that come up in scouting reports, and you know that going in. If a guy really super aggressive at the plate, you try to use that against him. A lot of different ways to do that.
Three-two again, and he chases this one and is out on strikes. So that aggressiveness cost him right there.
That's one way. Come up with a nasty breaking ball down and away.
The Rays 7-11 and the YMCA teaming up to keep kids water smart from the start. The Y offering a variety of water safety programs, teaching swimming and fundamental skills for children and adults. For more information, visit raysbaseball.com/watersmart. Devin Travis takes the pitch for a ball. He is 1 for 2. And that's a strike. Could not hold up. Travis, 26 years old, had knee surgery last year. Limited him to 185 at bats. And he fouls that one at 98. Going to make up your mind in a hurry with Castillo out there, and then that velocity and the movement to go with it. Two balls, 2 strikes. Travis out of Florida State. Grew up in Palm Beach County. And now the 2-2 pitch. That is strike 3 called. You talk about nasty. A strikeout of Diaz, and now Travis. There's action all over the place with Castillo.
Well, that slider right there, you can see him getting on the side of it, not exactly where he wanted it. And you want that thing down and away, stayed in the middle, but it was enough because Travis is thinking, I'm looking middle away. This thing starts middle in, breaks to middle, and just froze him. The mistakes become nasty.
Yep. Hernandez takes a pitch down. Well, you take a lineup seeing Castillo for the first time. Throws hard. A lot of action on his pitches.
Yeah, he forces quick decisions. You know, there's a number of guys, well, all across the league, flamethrowers. I mean, the velocity in the game today is pretty special. And the Rays have a number of them. You start to think about Castillo, and you think about Stanek, and you think about Alvarado. These guys come out, and they're threatening triple digits every fastball they go to.
That's a strike. 2-1. Yeah, you just named a lot of fire right there in those three guys.
Stanek, 98 to 100, working on that slider and the split. We've seen those pitches shine from time to time.
There's a base hit the other way off the fastball for Hernandez. Right side of the infield pretty much open, and Hernandez is on for the second time.
That four-seam fastball knee high on the outside corner. Not a bad pitch at all by Castillo, but a nice job by Hernandez using the other side of the field. Impossible to pull that pitch with very good results. So shoot it into right field and build from there.
The nervous Solarte up there. Pitch down and in. Sometimes that fastball with that darting action, the mid to upper 90s, not only tough to hit but tough to catch.
Oh yeah, I mean you've got to, and you got to take that into account. You understand all these, the catchers, Sucre and Ramos, they understand what these pitchers bring, where they're going to be good, where their misses are going to be, and you've got to be ready.
1-1 to count now.
As quick of a decision it is for the hitter, same thing for the catcher.
Man at first. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Runner takes off, pitch down, throw will one hop in. They got a chance to get him out at second base. Hernandez caught stealing to end the top of the 7th. A one-hop throw by Ramos, but there in time, Adames puts the tag on Hernandez.
For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Rays coming in to hit in the bottom of the 7th inning, sending Jake Bauers up there, who's been on all 3 times, with a first inning double, a walk, and a run scored in the 3rd. And his first big league home run in the 4th inning to give the Rays this 5-4 lead. He faces John Axford, hard throwing right-hander. Pitches the ball, and here's the home run. Boy, there's some late acceleration in that swing.
Yeah, he stays pretty quiet, at the plate. That obviously that plate discipline helps a ton, and that can allow you, that extra split second of pitch recognition before you fire away. Being young helps too.
Nice take there for ball 2. 2-1. That's Johnny Venters up in the bullpen for the Rays. And a miss inside at 95. It's 3-1. And ball 4. Bauers on base again. Axford, who had a 1-2-3-6, walks Bauers. They get to Wilson Ramos. Ramos, line to left his last time, 0 for 3. It's a strike, missing the fastball. Hard throwing right-hander. Runner goes, the pitch lined into right. That's a base hit. Bauers headed to third. They will hold him there. First and third for the Rays with nobody out. So with Bauers in motion, Ramos singles the other way.
Well, this is your chance here to build an inning and give yourself a little bit of a cushion. That pitch by Axford, way too much of the plate. Good job by Wilson Ramos. Stay inside that baseball. Bauers scampers to third. Keeping the heat on.
The Rays with this 5-4 lead start the runner. First and third for C.J. Cron. And that pitch hits Cron. Grazed him. And Cron hit by a pitch for the second time in this game.
Well, it's another fastball that just got away. Watch this ball take off in from Axford. Two-seamer. Raise that right wrist, forearm area.
It's a big opportunity for the Rays to add to their lead. Bases loaded, nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. 12 times this year, Cron has been hit by a pitch, leading the league in that department. Swung 1-0 up in the bullpen. And Wendell, who drove in the first run for the Rays with a fly ball to center in the first, hits in the 7th with the bases loaded. Ground ball back to the mound, in and out of Axford's glove, and a wide throw to first. One run is scored. Here comes another run's going to score. Throw back to the plate's not going to be in time. Cron winds up at third as both Bauers and Ramos score. Wendell safely aboard, and boy, Axford had it all right there in front of him and let it get away.
He panicked. That ball by Wendell was chopped right back to him, and when he did not field it cleanly and had to reach around on the ground for it, you could see the panic start to build. and then you rush a throw to the plate and maybe throw the game away.
And just like that, the Rays score 2 runs to build a 3-run lead. John Gibbons has a little discussion going here with Joe West, and I think they want to take a look at a play at the plate.
You know, and if they are, you see the front leg of Wilson Ramos is up in the air as it's approaching, you know, home plate. But it still looked like the tag by Axford was deep, too deep, that Ramos would have already gotten there. But really, they've got nothing to lose. Getting late in the game, and this game's starting to get out of hand.
Yeah, the Rays have taken a 7-4 lead. Here's a look.
See how that. Yeah, I mean, and even so, even if that is with all the dust and the dirt, you're not going to be able to tell anything from there. This is could be confirmed, but there's no way this thing gets overturned.
So right now, it's a fielder's choice. An RBI for Wendell. An error on Axford to account for Ramos scoring. And it's a pretty quick decision there. So the Rays now lead 7-4. Men at first and third with nobody out, and Gibbons up out of the dugout. So the call on the challenge was confirmed, and Gibbons to make a change. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. And by your local Honda dealer. Well, the Rays have a 3-run lead, 7-4. Nobody out with men at first and third. And the new pitcher, Sung-Won Ho, pitcher number 4, makes his 30th appearance.
About a strikeout an inning. ERA 3.77.
And Adames swings through the first pitch. Willie Adames with a walk and an RBI single tonight. Struck out his last time up. This inning started on a walk to Bowers. It's now 1-1. Ramos singles, sending Bowers to third. And Crone hit by a pitch, and then that comebacker off the mound. Axford's throw to the plate. A wide throw. The Rays wind up getting 2 out of that. It's now 1-2. And Wendell got a run batted in.
Why?
The assumption being that the run would have scored on that throw to the plate, which is problematic. I mean, the reality tells you that that's a force play on top of it.
Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Have a little discussion off camera, and then you got to go there.
Fly ball into right center. Krichik's going to be there. The tag at third. Crone's going to come home with a run. The 8th run of the game for the Rays, and it's 8-4.
If the throw from John Axford is online, it's not even close at the plate.
Well, let's take a look. Let's see if your supposition is correct. It's right.
Here it is. Just the throw's in the chest. The out's made. I mean, he's still not there. The throw's already by the catcher.
Forget the throw. How about trying to pick it up to begin with?
Right. Oh,
there's an error right there.
The whole thing. And the throw is by Martin before the runner even gets to the plate. I mean, at the end of the day, who really cares? But
that's a strike to Malik Smith.
I'm too easy, aren't I?
You are.
I am. I'd be a horrible fish.
Here comes the boat. Let me jump in.
You wouldn't even have to bait your hook. I'd just hop on it.
The Rays taking an 8-4 lead here with the help of the leadoff walk, a hit batter, an error, sacrifice fly. The Rays have 1 hit in this inning. One ball, 1 strike. Malik's drove in a run in the 3rd with a base hit. And there's another hit into left center field. Wendell heads for 3rd. Again, 1st and 3rd for the Rays on the 2nd hit of the game for Malik Smith. Rays now with 8 runs, 9 hits.
A hanging split. Reach out, shoot that ball into left field. The Rays offense has come to life and now have doubled up the Blue Jays 8-4. Runners on the corner still.
Now Carlos Gomez still just 1 out. Gomez steps back. Oh, and Martin having a little difficult time getting squared away. And Martin a little call to toss over to first where Malik Smith is. Preston Gilmet up in the bullpen. Pitch out, nothing doing. Rays with a run in the 1st, couple runs each in the 3rd and the 4th. Put up 3 in the 7th. Gomez chases that one. 1-1, the slider down and away. Ground ball, foul ball. Down toward the bullpen. Ball, 2 strikes. cut and a miss. Gomez goes after the fastball way up out of the zone. And he is the second out. Well, Gomez continues to be extremely aggressive and chases this one all the way up.
Boy, especially with fastballs that are out over the plate. He wants to turn it loose. Always a big swing.
Rob Refsnyder. The pitch is a strike. The outside part of the plate, a breaking ball. Refsnyder went out third to first the last time. Lifts this one to the right side. Travis out there from second in shallow right, hangs on and makes the catch. A little treacherous there at the end. Rays are retired, but they put up 3, and we're going to head into the 8th inning now. Rays 8, Blue Jays 4.
On, we will be scoring the game along with you at home and in the stands. Sharpen your pencils, get your markers out. Of course, you might have some gold stars to stamp on that scorecard too. We will be scoring the game. If you've never done it before, you'll learn how to. You'll learn the tricks of the trade, and everybody scores the game a little bit differently, but you'll find your favorite way tomorrow. We'll have that starting with Rays Live, the pregame tomorrow at 6:30. Dwayne, get your gold stars ready.
Oh yeah, well, we'll just feature the basics, and then as you point out, it's different for everybody, and it'll be fun to do that.
Yeah, I find that every year I learn a little bit more.
Well, that's because you're willing to adapt.
Well, it's because I'm awful at it. So I look forward to that day as much as anybody, because it teaches me how to score the game. Anybody that has taken a look at my book knows that I'm lacking in that area.
Johnny Venters, the new pitcher, here in the 8th inning, facing Yangervis Solarte. And Solarte with a double and a couple of ground ball outs. On a very good play turned in by Wendell back in the 3rd. 3-1 to count. We'll take it full. So Yarbrough worked 6, gave up 4. Castillo 1, no runs, a hit, and a couple strikeouts. Justin Smoke on deck. Then Kendrys Morales. And that is strike 3. Comes back to get him.
A couple of fastballs, and that last one, absolutely plenty of plate, 94 miles an hour, and Venters just Solarte thought that that pitch was down. I think he'll think differently once he takes a look at it.
Smoke. Hey, that's 96 on the gun. That pitch down. I mean, that's Venters. That's Atlanta Braves Venters right there. 2-0 the count.
Well, he does a nice job too of hiding the baseball. Another one of those guys that doesn't give you very long to look at it.
And now a 2-1 count. Well, you couldn't ask for a better guy. What he's been through, and is such a rooting component for a guy like this. 2-2.
Yeah,
he was the opener the other day and got roughed up a little bit, but he's been right on almost every outing. So that's been very encouraging to see him perform as well as he has.
Yeah, what starts off as a feel-good story, you're really happy for him, but it goes beyond that. Hey, this is a guy that can come out of that bullpen in a multitude of different roles and get the job done.
And now he misses inside with a fastball to walk Smoke. Well, Tiger Woods is back, and he's ready to take on the greatest golfers in the world at the 118th U.S. Open. Live coverage begins June 14th at Shinnecock Hills on Fox and FS1, streaming live on Fox Sports Go. 1-0 the count to Kendrys Morales. He has singled and doubled, has driven in a run, and has scored a run. And now Kyle Snyder's headed to the mound, and the Rays get Sergio Romo up. A strikeout and a walk, and ball one to Morales. And Snyder squaring things away, making sure things are all right. Pitch too high. Fastball. 2-0. Ground ball, shortstop. Adames. Wendell 1. Bowers 2. 6, 4, 3. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 8-4 Rays. this lead. Coming up on Rays Live, the postgame presented by WB Mason. You don't want to miss Rich and Orestes. They'll anchor the coverage. Jake Bauers hitting his first home run. That'll be a big part of the postgame. We'll hear from Kevin Cash and the minor league report from around the Rays farm system. Matt Duffy will lead off the 8th. Preston Gilmet, the new pitcher, and that first pitch misses. 1 ball, no strikes. There's a strike. It's 1-1. Strike 2 now, 1-2. Preston Gilmet out there, the 5th pitcher for the Toronto Ball Club. And fly ball into right. Pritchett is right there and makes the catch. Jake Bauers now. Big night for the Rays rookie first baseman. He takes the pitch for a strike. Let's go back to the 4th. There's his home run.
Boy, Gavilio trying to come with that 2-seamer in, and it just leaks back middle. Bauers jumped all over it.
He shoots this one up the right side, but that ball, a foul ball, and how about that play? If you want to be right there with the action, it's the Papa John's bullpen box down there, and a great catch. Being high-fived by the bullpen. Is that Stan Borowski? Stan high-fiving him down there for that catch.
Had some hair on it too, you know.
Yes, it did.
Ready with the glove.
Now 1-2. Ground ball right side. And Travis makes the play with a little toss over there to Smoke. First pitch to Wilson Ramos outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's a liner into left, and going back is Hernandez to make the catch. So a 1-2-3 inning for Gilmet, and we're going to go to the 9th with the Rays leading 8-4.
Unstoppable. I am unstoppable.
Well, the Rays carry an 8-4 lead into the 9th inning. And Sergio Romo will be the 4th pitcher of the night for the Rays. And Kevin Pillar will begin the 9th inning against Romo. Now the pitch to Pillar is a strike. 28th appearance. 1-1 on the year. And the breaking ball swung on and missed. Been away 1-2. Well, a scoring change before we leave the air. We've got to square this away.
We don't have
in the
to.
bottom of the 7th inning. We just feel as if it's our duty.
You've already, yeah, I've already been caught, Dwayne. I'm in the back of the boat. No need to go there.
Ball to third. Duffy with a good strong throw across the diamond to get Pillar one away. In that 3-run 7th inning, as it turns out, there was an error, as we thought, on Axford. In fact, there were 2 errors because they've reassessed that situation. They're going to give him an error on the bobble, and then they're going to give him an error on the throw. So that's going to cost Wendell a run batted in. And 2 errors on that play. It becomes very complicated and highly technical. And Russell Martin hits with the bases empty and 1 out in the 9th. 1-0 the count.
Well, I'm going to sleep a lot better tonight.
That's why we did it. 2 balls, no strikes. That's a strike. 2-1. Little tap, 2-2. Show you how technical and complicated this is. Our scoreboard now has posted 3 errors for the Blue Jays, so they've started a trend. They have 2 errors on that play. And the scoreboard has 3.
No, and an error on the booth up here for beating it to death. Hey, Dwayne, you win. You win.
There is a strike on the outside corner. Martin caught looking, and Romo has retired the first 2 to face it.
And that comes all the way back down 2-0. Paint the corner there. 1 more to get.
So 2 away with Randall Krichik at the plate. Rays need an out to move back into 3rd place. There's a strike on the outside corner. They entered this one a half game back of Toronto. Cut and a miss. Hey, another big day for Romo.
Oh, you know what?
10 years.
That's right. He got his 10th year in the big leagues. Service time officially today. So
he's fully vested now.
Yes. Congratulations to Sergio. That is a big deal for these guys.
This one down to the way 1-2. Saw him riding a scooter before walking in and gave him a little fist bump on 10 years.
Yeah, that's such a threat. Gets his gold card now.
Yep,
Gets his gold card.
One ball, 2 strikes, and a foul ball coming right back this way. Going to be just below us. So Romo trying to get the final out. Give the Rays a win in the first game of this 3-game series. And a wave and a miss. That'll do it. The Rays are winners. Breaking ball to end it. 3 up, 3 down in the 9th. And the Rays are 8-4 winners over the Blue Jays. Take a look at that final pitch by Romo.
Well, you had a feeling it was going to be the slider, and he takes just a little bit off, and he gets Grichuk way out in front. Great location. And that finishes this one off.
Yarbrough the winner, 4-2. Gavilio the loser, 2-2. An 8-4 final. So the Rays are winners tonight. Number 5 for Yarbrough. For Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats, great to have you with us. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast. Rays Live, the post game is next.